Shalom, shalom, Israel. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. For the ones new to the channel, Yahweh is the Most High God. Yahushai is who the world ignorantly calls Yahweh, Jesus, Salaki. And the Rakakwadash is the Holy Spirit. I want to give double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit. Lord willing that they continue to endure and be sincere. In the mighty Shalom to the hopeful elect in the same Spirit. Lord willing you continue to pursue and endure to the end in the same Spirit. Shalom to the Akwatiyam that are believers of the faith in this truth. Lord willing that you continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing the Most have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. Today, this title is we have to eat this roll, we have to teach this roll. Through the Spirit, the roll is the word. The roll is the scriptures that we have right in front of us, from Genesis to Revelations, Genesis to the Apocrypha, to Revelations, the whole volume of the book, right? And we have to believe that this is the book. You know, it's so much milk, so much to drink, water, and it's so much food, you know, that you want to get off the bone. So, Lord willing, this is edifying, and Lord willing, it's straight to the point. We're going to start off with Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 1 to 3. It says, "Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest. Eat this roll, and go speak to the house of Israel. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness." And that's really talking about the word. When you read in the NLT, it says, "The voice said to me, Son of man, eat what I am giving you. Eat this scroll, then go and give its message to the people of Israel." Plain, right? The Amplified Bible, right? The AMP Bible. "He said to me, Son of man, eat what you find in this book. Eat this scroll, and then go speak to the house of Israel." Again, in the NLT, "The voice said to me, Son of man, eat what I am giving you. Eat this scroll, then go and give its message to the people of Israel." Right? Let's read verse 2. Right? We have to eat this roll, and we got to go tell it to the children of Israel. In the NLT, "So I opened my mouth, and he fed me the scroll." Right? And through the Spirit, when you're listening to these lessons, it's the same thing that you should be doing. Right? Getting your focus on. Right? No, you don't want no, because sometimes I can be side distracted, but it could be another lesson. But when you listen to a lesson and you want to be fed, you want to put your focus into it. The best thing about, the internet, watching a video, you can pause it, but you don't want to miss anything, because when you miss something, later on, you could be done with a video. You might not even go back to what you missed, But for the ones that is believers, the ones that is true, they will, they will. They definitely will. So Ezekiel 3:3 in the NLT, fill your stomach with this, he said. And when I ate it, it tasted as sweet as honey in my mouth. Right? In AMP, he said to me, son of man, eat this scroll that I am giving you and fill your stomach with it. So I ate it, and it was so sweet as honey in my mouth. Right? We have to eat this scroll. We have to eat this word. Right? I want to get a side precept real quick. Now, the word is not a scroll, right? It's in a book. It's a Bible now. Second Esdras, the 15th chapter, verse 1 and 2. It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh Shemel Shai, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. So now these scrolls are written in paper, which you have right in front of you, your Bible. So now you can eat. You can eat it, man. We got to eat this whole roll, right? As much as you can. Sometimes we take breaks, but especially for you men, you want to eat as much as you can, sharpen yourself, apply it, and then let alone teach it, right? Teach it so somebody else can eat the roll. For you women, the main thing y'all can do is be quiet, grow in faith, and listen. And while you listening, you're eating the roll. Like, this is Yahweh Shemel Shai, you're so amazing. You should be paying attention different than men, because the Lord didn't call you to teach the heavy load. Build your faith up with eating the roll. That's the number one thing you do. And pay attention, right? Don't try to add, I'm thinking of this precept. The Lord didn't put that in your program. Just eat the roll. Wait, what is it called? Sit and enjoy the ride. So enjoy the TV. This is an episode. Enjoy the episode. Enjoy it. Get your popcorn, get your chips, and enjoy it and eat as much as you can. Keep your mind focused. Keep your eyes single. Right? Let's get that. Matthew 6 and 22. Matthew 6 and 22. It says, the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thy eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. Right? Really single on its course, right? On your path, right? So we should have our eyes single on the direction we want to go. In order to keep it single, you need the knowledge of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Like I said, Philippians, we press towards the mark, right? Which is called through Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. So your eyes should be single towards Yahweh Shai. You're eating the roll. St. John 5 and 39. The word point us to Yahweh Shai. Again, the word points us to Yahweh Shai. Let's get Revelations 10 and 9. Revelation chapter 10, verse 9. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, give me the little book. And he said unto me, take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. Right? Now we're in a time where that book is this word, man. Right? That book is this word. We need to eat it up. Every time you watch a lesson, you should be eating it up. You should feel like you learned something. You should feel like you gained something, right? Let's go to Psalms 119 and verse 11. This is Psalms 119, verse 11. Thy word have I hid in my heart, which is our mind, that I might not sin against thee. This helps us to stay in order when the word of Yahweh Shem Shai is in your heart, is in your mind, right? Some of us don't got it in our mind. Some of us might make wrong decisions, right? The wrong word might come out, right? Talking to you men, especially you brothers that's teaching this word, you know, the word of Yahweh Shem Shai. That's why sound doctrine should be in your mind. Drop it down to Psalms 119, verse 103. How sweet are thy words unto my taste, yet sweeter than honey to my mouth, right? How sweet is your words? How sweet is your words? How sweet is the words of Yahweh Shem Shai. This is a scroll, right? Through thy precepts I get understanding, therefore I hate every false way, right? Through these precepts is going to give us more understanding of that roll, right? And we get to eat it and devour it. Some people is not eating the roll, right? Like I use myself as an example. I could be watching a lesson that I need, and I'll have my mind distracted somewhere else. I'm not eating the roll, right? Side conversations. I'm not eating the roll, right? When we watch these lessons, or when we're in front of the men of the Lord and they're teaching, your main duty should eat that roll, right? You should be eating that roll, right? Jeremiah 15:16. I mean, especially to the men, the men is going to do it. The ones that's called, they're gonna eat the roll better than anybody, right? Especially if you were called, to teach. Jeremiah 15:16, it says, thy words were found, and I did eat them, and thy word was unto me the joy and rejoicing of my heart. For I am called by thy name, O Yahweh, power of hosts, right? And the word was the scroll that we should be eating, right? And every day you should be saying that you ate. Like sometimes I have to break myself down. Sometimes I have to push myself to eat this word, right? Because the flesh might want to go do something else, right? And that just be the spirit in you, right? Because the spirit would draw you to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Thy word was unto me the joy and rejoicing of my heart, of your mind, right? We have joy when we hear this word, right? Especially when you're breaking off those veils of being whitewashed, right? Somebody removing understanding, or something you didn't know, or something that you thought it means something else, but the Lord is allowing you to be fed. So anybody that watched this video in the beginning or watch it later on, if it do get posted, if it don't, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. But Lord willing, you was able to understand Ezekiel, right? But let's go to Jeremiah, the 20th chapter, verse 9. It says, then I said, I will not make mention of him, nor speak any more in his name. But his word was in my heart as a burning fire shut up in my bones. And I was weary with forbearing, and I could not stay. Right? Usually when you start to eat this word, it becomes a fire in you. Right? Let me get something with that. Psalms 104, verse 4. Most men, should be on fire for the Lord. Most men. Right? Psalms 104, verse 4. Who maketh his angels spirits and his ministers a flame of fire? Right? Sometimes a brother can do a video and it's a precept he said, and that might make you like, oh, I got to do a lesson on this. Right? You have a conversation with a brother. He might say something. He might say a word, and it might cause you to go look up the interlinear, right? The etymology of that word, and then be like, oh, snap, I got to do a video on it. Right? It's a fire in your spirit that's causing you to go do that lesson. Let alone what brings us back to what we read in Ezekiel is going to cause you to go teach the children of Israel, really the elect, right? It's going to cause you to feed the elect. Like right now watching this freaking what's his name? Fulio podcast debate. And the more that I'm hearing it, they're trying to get a point across, but it's really the Lord just shining a light on Hebrew Israelites. But to debate somebody that's not getting it, or an Edomite that's not getting it, is a waste of time. But through the Spirit, the Lord is just putting the children of the Lord out there, right? He putting us out there, right? Salaki, it took me somewhere else. Job 32, in verse 18. You got to eat this roll. It's sweet. It's sweet and delicious. This is Job 32, verse 18 and 20. It says, "For I am full of matter." And what it say in Ecclesiastes, the last chapter? Hear the whole conclusion of the matter, right? I am full of matter. The spirit within me constraineth me. Behold, my belly is as wine which have not vent, which have no vent. It is ready to burst like new bottles. Like when you got, like the vent system in your house, and you open it to make the heat circle around the whole house. But if you close the vent, the heat will be built up in that in the vent system, right? And really, your spirit wants to let out this word, right? Because it's vented up, it's built up inside you. Usually what I call it a spiritual fart. Sometimes you have a brain fart, what you thinking, but then sometimes you want to let it out. It says, I will speak that I may be refreshed. I will open my lips and answer, right? Because really, we study to answer questions, right? We study to answers where people are having a hard time to understand, right? We try to give them the sense, right? Psalms 39, verse 3. And again, going back to what we brought out the other day in Corinthians, I think it's 1 Corinthians 2 and 14, and 2 Corinthians 2 and 14, where some people are not going to have a spirit to discern these words that are spiritual, right? Because it's not meant for you. The natural man is not going to get it. You have to be spiritual to get this, right? So what I'm saying about this role, you got to be spiritual to get it, right? Psalms 39, verse 3. My heart was hot within me. My mind was hot within me. While I was amusing, the fire burned. Then spake I with my tongue, right? That's what the fire does. And usually when you make a fire, eventually it grows. Sometimes it spreads. And really the fire of this grow is spreading where this man, that man, he's having this grow. He's eating the roll, right? You got some women eating the roll, but it just a fire within herself, Again, women are not on the same level as men when it comes to teaching. I don't care if you're a child or a grown-up. It's not going to be the same. But you're able to eat this roll when it comes to what the Lord blesses us with in this time, where we're able to sit and watch a lesson and dissect it, watching from the first minute to the last minute. If you miss something, you go back to it. Hey, if your spirit not in you to care, you might not have a fire to re-watch it to get something you missed. That's just an example. You might not be on fire for it. Everybody is not on fire for the Lord in every aspect. But for brothers that's in this thing, you must know, in order for you to grow in this thing, you must eat the whole roll, right? You get a whole sub, you eat the whole sub. You got to eat the whole roll, right? Let's go to Proverbs, the 4th chapter, verse 5. Proverbs 4, verse 5 to 7. It says, get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither incline from the words of my mouth, right? Because what happened, if it comes from your mouth, it was a fire within you. Each lesson, even if you just now got up, didn't brush your teeth, right? You could be fasting, breaking down yourself, and the first thing you might do is pray to the Lord, and then it come to you doing the lesson. It's a fire within you, right? And if people know that, any man, any brother, like what me and my brothers, the elder apostles and men on down, when we know brothers like they did their Tuesday class, brothers is in tune. Oh, snap. Then you hearing that fire and it's hitting you. Then it make you pause that video and then you go do a lesson, And women that's weak in this faith or having, you should be working on yourself to get hit by that fire. You know, verse 6, it says, forsake her not, she shall preserve thee, love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Guess what? You can get wisdom and understanding in the scriptures, but guess what? Some of us, yes, we might interpret scriptures and get it the way that we can, but then let a teacher break it down. You be like, oh snap, I didn't think of that. You be like, this is the real way, right? This is why even more. Let's go into the point of Mary and Martha. Because really, everybody, men and women, should really be learning the scriptures by the feet of men, right? Men that were called, right? So, Laki, I'm trying to find the point. Because I know this is the point about Lazarus. Let me go to Luke 10:38. Okay, Mary and Martha, this is the one we want. This is Luke 10:38. It says, now it came to pass as they went that he entered into a certain village, and a certain woman named Martha received him into her house. And she had a sister called Mary, which also sat at Yahweh's feet and heard the word. So right there, Mary is the example that she's eating the roll, eating the words that's coming out of Yahweh's mouth. She's not talking back. She's not cutting him up. All it says is that she heard his word. That's all we hear. She heard his word. She heard him teaching. Wasn't asking nothing. Was just sitting there, hearing it and eating it in. Eating it in. Now, eating it in. Right? It says, but Mary was cumbered about much serving and came to him and said, Lord, doest thou not care that my sister have left me to serve alone? Bid her therefore that she help me. And Yahweh answered and said unto her, Martha, Martha, thou art careful and troubled about many things, but one thing is needful. Mary have chosen that good part, which shall not be taken away from her. Right now, even for me as a man, right? I should when it comes to these lessons, I should be focused on eating the roll, right? If I'm on YouTube and a brother is bringing out, that sound doctrine, Great Millstone, and even if it's a lesson I heard or a lesson I did, I should be listening so that I can take something out of it, let alone it can motivate me, encourage me, maybe do a lesson, right? And I need to be eating what is said. How can I eat something if I ain't paying attention to it? And Mary showed the example. She didn't care about nothing that she had to do. She was focused on eating this roll, hearing this word, because that's what a true believer does. Sometimes we make ourselves have distractions, especially our cell phone, right? Like I might have kids. Sometimes you might hear them in the background. Sometimes I might not say something. Maybe I might pause my screen. But then in some cases, I might just continue teaching because that could be a little distraction. Just let my baby do what she does because she a child, right? But I got to stay focused, especially if I'm reading or what. I can't just make everybody just be shut, So I got to be focused and eat that roll. I gave you Lord willing, you understand. I gave you multiple examples. You should have the common sense to understand if you're trying to hear the word, you should be eating the roll, even if it is distractions around you. Eat the roll. Eat it. It's the best thing for you. It's sweet. What if you get caught up and then the person, Yahushua done teaching, and say if Mary wasn't paying attention, and then Yahushua say something that he just said in another way. You don't understand what I said and I just taught you? The whole point is for us to be fast to listen, slow to speak. The reason why we're fast to listen, so that we can absorb what is being said. A lot of us can't do that, right? And I had that example a lot of times. In the beginning of this walk, I used to always make myself sidetrack, and it was an excuse. You got to know how important it is. So again, this is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15, but also at 14, it says, of these things put them in remembrance, charging them before Yahweh Shemashai that they strive not about words to no profit, but to be subverting of the hearers. And NLT, remind everyone about these things and command them in God's presence to stop fighting over words. Such arguments are useless and they can ruin those who hear them, right? Stop arguing or fighting over words, right? Especially in the time we're in now, where the New Testament is written in Greek and the Old Testament is written in Hebrew. So it can be part to give more clear understanding of the breakdown. Sometimes you might have to go into the etymology of words, right? Just clearing that up. Verse 15, it says, study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth, right? And that even goes to dividing what is saying in the Old Testament, which even those words is in Hebrew, and dividing the words in the New Testament, which is Greek. But even all, you want it all to make sense. And of course, when it comes to breakdown, we're dividing it. So if I'm doing a lesson on the MOTB, I'm keeping it separate from me talking about salvation. But if salvation comes out of me explaining, we go and get the precept that lines up with salvation, right? So the whole point, we supposed to be studying this word. When you get in the GNT, it says, win the approval of Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, right? In the NLT, it says, work hard so you can present yourself to God and receive his approval. Be a good worker, one who does not need to be ashamed, who correctly explains the word of truth. Correctly means bringing forth 100% truth. What does correctly mean? If you got one answer, like say if I'm giving you a question and you get it right, you got it correct. That means you got it 100% correct. So the word of the Lord, you want to correctly explain it 100%, right? So really talking to the men, the men, they give the best understanding. I don't care if you in Psalms or Proverbs, mostly everybody should be explaining the same way. Now, sometimes you may expound on a verse even more, right? You may expound even more on a verse, right? Like say at school, right? The more you study for college, hey, the higher bachelor degree you might get for your profession, right? Same example when it comes to studying the word of the Lord. We're trying to win the approval so that we can apply it in our lives. Because you're not studying, I just studied, I know this. You want to apply within yourselves, because studying is just studying. But to prove yourself unto the Lord, or to work hard to present yourself, this word has to be planted in you for you to move differently, right? Some people might look like, when I was in church, I'd be like, man, the pastor talking too long for 4 hours, and he will only bring out 6 verses. Now when brothers teaching, brothers might do an hour lesson, a 2-hour lesson, but it was preflow of scriptures, but it made sense. I'm not being annoyed. Some of us do got we don't got that long attention span to pay attention for an hour or 2 hours. But to me, that would make no sense when somebody could play the game, like I'm about to play Madden for 2 hours, 4 hours. But when the word come out, they can't do it. It's really because you don't have an interest for it. When you have a true interest for it, you're going to eat that roll, right? Let's go back. Let's go back to this real quick. So anybody that missed the beginning of this, hey, today's your lucky day. Today's your lucky day. We're going to go to Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, and we're going to read verse 1 and 3, right? It says, the voice said to me, son of man, eat what I am giving you. Eat this scroll, then go and give its message to the people of Israel. And this time we're giving it to the elect. So I opened my mouth, and he fed me the scroll. I filled my stomach with this. And he said, and when I ate it, it tasted as sweet as honey in my mouth. Right? Then he said, son of man, go to the people of Israel and give them my message. Right? Let's go to Habakkuk real quick, because this is about to line up with it too. Right? You want to eat the roll. This is a good message. This is a correct message. Right? I'll start at verse 1. It says, I will climb up to the watchtower and stand at my guard post. There I will wait to see what Yahweh says and how he will answer my complaint. Then Yahweh said to me, write my answer plainly on tablets so that a runner can carry the correct message to others. What's that correct? 100% is going to be 100% message. What does correct mean? Again, you pass a test. You pass. You didn't get nothing wrong. You get 100%. That means you are 100% correct from question 1 to question 10. So in this truth, we have to teach 100% truth, right? It says this vision is for a future time. It describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place, and it will not be delayed. So if brothers is not eating the roll, the parables, the dark sayings, and the prophecies, even the milk, which have other prophecies in it that did not come to pass, if brothers don't eat it, how everybody gonna get fed? We gonna count on the women? Hell no. Brothers got to eat this roll so that the message can be brought out. And some of this message is only for a point in time, but it will not delay. Right? That's why Sirach 5 and 7 says, you know what? Let's actually go to it. Ecclesiasticus 5 in verse 7. It says, make no tarrying to turn to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai in good, in bad moments, scared moments, mourning moments, right? And usually when we turn to the Lord, we kind of you let Yahweh handle those situations, right? Especially when we throwing up curses, that's why we pray to the Lord. You make your request known unto the Lord. And even more, what's another way of not tearing away from the Lord? I mean, basically to turn to the Lord, going to the prophets, right? Because they have the answers, right? They know where to point you to. It says, put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai come forth, and in thy secret thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. So imagine if we don't turn to the Lord, we basically gonna be destroyed, because you were able to get all these answers, right? Because for suddenly shall the wrath of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai come. The ones that was disobedient to the gospel, the one that knew the gospel and turned away from it, you're going to be destroyed, man. That's why every day you want to give time to the Lord. Some people might do more. Hey, that's your lot. That's your lot. All praise to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. Lord willing, you continue. Right? Let's go to 1 Timothy, the 4th chapter, verse 13. This verse was lining up with 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. Study to show thyself approved. So 1 Timothy 4:13, till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, and to doctrine. That was the spirit. Whatever that was that fell, that was the spirit. Call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. I don't know what the heck just happened, but that just, yeah. I know you in here. I don't know, mate. That's confirmation, I guess. It says, till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, which means to encouragement, to doctrine. One doctrine, which is the whole volume of this book. And we should be giving attendance to reading, right? Let me look up this word attendance. You know, he said, give attendance to reading. That's how you eat the roll, reading. But to understand it, that's fully eating it. You know, that's like parseho, right? So to read is to beware, give heed to, take heed to, give heed to, take heed, right? To bring near, right? Come on, the more we read, we're bringing ourselves more near to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. To put in, when you read, you're putting it in. To turn the mind to, right? Because the things that we read is going to change our perspective, right? Providing for, to attend to oneself. Wait, this is attendance, right? Make sure you make your attendance, right? Give attention to, right? Wow. Attendance. Come on, man. Give your attendance to reading, right? Again, till I come, till Yahushai, till the Lord said Hamashiach Yahushai, give attendance to reading, right? To exhortation, to doctrine, right? Right? You can have a attendance to school, attendance like, everybody, I'm about to break down this verse. Everybody come in the living room. You're going to give your attendance, right? Now, only people that care, that really want to learn is truly, right? Truly. Ones that really don't, some people do come and they want to hear the word, like at church, you know, or they go to camp. And then in their head, they're like, man, dude, I got to find a way to get out of here. Oh, man, when this man shut up and stop asking me questions, that means you're really not giving attendance to what you're hearing, right? So when it comes to reading, there's sometimes where you might have a hard time with you reading. Sleepy might come in your mind, a thought in your mind. You're not fully reading, right? To read, it gets planted within you, right? To exhortation, to doctrine. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy, with the laying on the hands of the presbytery. Meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, and continue in them. For in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself in them that hear thee. Come on, man. Right? The ones that's hearing is because there's different ways of hearing. You could be hearing and it go on one ear and out the other. Right? So again, take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, continue in them. We got to continue in this reading, continue in this exhortation, and continue in doctrine. Right? For in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. So it could be sheep watching a video. It could be the sheep in your household and even yourself, right? Even the sheep that could be in the community. If they're actually hearing through this word, they could be saved because of the works and the faith that they're doing. And it's really back to 2 Timothy 2:15. They're trying to win the approval, right? So this let me know, even for myself, I got to keep doing this, man. I got to continue in them. I got to continue in reading. I got to continue in exhortation. I got to continue in the doctrine, which means I got to continue eating this roll so that I can be saved and the ones that's hearing me. Now, it could be some that could be around me that's truly not listening, truly not applying it. You might be dead. Bye-bye. The whole point of this lesson is we have to eat this roll. If you eat this roll, apply the roll, right? And for you men, we have to teach the roll. You sisters, if you have children, you should be teaching them too. The daughters and the sons. You should be building them up in the law, right? And if you have a daughter, building her up into being a wife, right? In most cases, the action of a wife should be shown to her too, right? So that she's eating the role of a true wife, right? Don't take the words too lightly. So 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 10. Second Peter chapter 1 verse 10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fail. Right? Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fail. So out of everything we did read precept upon precept, and we eat this roll, apply this roll, we teach this roll. We eat this roll, we apply this roll, we teach this roll. We shall never fail. And even more, you want to believe in this roll, right? So now I want you to know that this roll is technically a sign, right? Because if you have parables, which is an earthly story but a heavenly matter, you have prophecies, right? You have dark sayings. These are a sign, right? Which, let's go to Isaiah, the 13th chapter, verse 2, which is a vision of Isaiah. He said, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, like my brother Asher, that they may go into the gates of the nobles, right? It says, lift up a banner. What is a banner? A banner is a sign, right? And it could be a warning. So let's look at this word banner. H5251. So a banner is a standard, is sign, right? Pole, banner, sail, sign, something lifted up, right? We're lifting this word up with our voice. A standard, a signal. What is a signal? A warning, right? You got the tower light. You got stop sign signals or signs, signal pole, a sign, banner, sign. That's what this banner is. And the banner is the word. The word, right, is a sign, right? When you go to the Hebrew Chaldee lexicon, something lifted up, right? A token to be seen far off, right? And that's the men of the Lord on the highways and byways. They're lifting their voice, crying out aloud. It's the trumpet. And what are they bringing forth? The word. Now, I came down here, you got multiple things. You got Isaiah 60:4. It says, thou hast given a banner to them that fear thee, that it may be displayed because of the truth, right? Thou hast given a banner to them that fear thee, right? This word, this truth is really for the elect. The elect fear the Lord. They respect him, which fear goes into reverence or to be terrified. Only the elect. No true other nation. If other nations was truly fear the Lord, other nations will humble their ass down and say, well, the Bible do speak of nation. If you Christians that bump against Hebrew Israelites, you will understand that the Bible deals with nations. Regardless, when you get into the New Testament, Yahushua is an Israelite speaking to Israelites. The letters is speaking to Israelites, but yes, they're called Gentiles. If somebody say, go read the book of Greek, the Maccabees, oh, I don't read that. Then brothers got to go to Daniel. So what is the fourth captivity? Oh, the Greek. Okay, what book is going to show us that that's the Greek captivity? Yes, you can go to Daniel's the 8th chapter, but it's an actual book, part of the Bible, that gives you the understanding of the Greek captivity and what happened in the Greek captivity that you learn in history. Hellenization. You had to be removed from your ways. Guess what? If you're removed from your ways, you're not going to be called an Israelite no more. But people don't want to accept that because they want everybody to be saved. Everybody is brought into a covenant. Let alone when you bring other nations into this covenant, that mean that they share parts in the land that wasn't theirs. That don't make sense. When we go back to Genesis, every nation that came out of Noah got a possession that was of their own, which was their land. Mizraim is for the Egyptians, the Ethiopian, Cush, they got their land, right? The Assyrians, they got their land. Elamites, they got their land. Edomites, they got their land, right? So brothers is lifting up a banner to the ones that fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, which is only the elect, only the elect, only the elect. You see another one where it says a sign. It's the same Hebrew word. So this is a banner, right? H5251. And it says it right here for this word that we're at, Nas or Nas, H5251. Isaiah 5:26. He will lift up in a sign to the nations from far. It will hiss unto them from the end of the earth. And behold, they shall come with speed swiftly. Right? And this is just a sign, right? That banner, this word, right? Literally with the men of the Lord, especially to nations that will be destroyed, we giving them judgment, right? You got another banner. And this was a prophecy. This was a sign. When we go into the word banner, it said a sign. Isaiah 11:10. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for a sign, a banner, a sign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. Automatically, we think the other nation. Guess what? This is in the Old Testament. In the Old Testament, they clearly say every nation name. The Edomites, the Assyrians, such and such and such. They say their name. Why is it strictly saying Gentiles? Because it's a reason. The Lord knows the end. The end is declared at the same time as the beginning. Isaiah 46:10. Hosea chapter 1 and chapter 2 shows you that the Israel are called not his people. So now most of us were called by other names. But this is a sign, man. This is a sign. Isaiah 11:12. And he shall set up in a sign for the nations. It shall assemble the outcast of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. This is a sign. This is a banner. This is what we teaching in Ezekiel, the 37th chapter. Again, Isaiah 13:2. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. We're lifting up that banner, right? And one sign that we is doing that our forefathers was doing is Jeremiah the 28th chapter, verse 8. It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesy both against many countries, against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. Guess what? The prophets of today are a sign, right? Are they doing the same thing, prophesying against many countries, against great kingdoms, against war, against evil, against pestilence? Yes, they are, because this is their duty. They ate that roll, and just like Jeremiah said in 20:9, it's a fire within them. None of us can keep this word away. None of us. You Christians, you Muslims, even you Hebrew Israelites, you can't keep this word from coming out because it's a fire within the true prophets. You false prophets, it's a fire in you to falsely prophesy because it has to happen. Ain't nothing new under the sun. The Lord is allowing the same thing to happen over and over again until his elect are sealed. So all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai. Lord willing, the brothers and sisters are eating the roll. Lord willing, you got understanding of Ezekiel 3. The whole point was Ezekiel 3, 1 and 3, but I just added other precepts in there to give you understanding. This roll is a sign. It's a banner, right? In order for you to know about the kingdom, you got to get the sign. And some of y'all can't just open up the book and just get it, because you got to get understanding. Most men, mostly the men that are teachers, are the ones that are going to give you the true understanding and breakdown of whatever you need help in. That's why you want to, if you're not a teacher, a man or a woman, you should be making it your duty to listen to these lessons, dissect it, from verse after verse. If you're tired or you don't want to listen, pause it, come back to it later. But if you're not sure about this, you will not come back to it later. You will never listen to it, But Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on you, brothers and sisters. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. A mighty shalom to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, y'all all continue to endure and be sincere. And Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in faith. With that, call Allah Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Shalom.